Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today we are setting up the month of October in my reading journal, and I am very excited to do another collage theme. I loved it so much over September with my aesthetics for Defy the Night and the Once Upon a Broken Heart that I decided to try it again, and this time round I went with a witchy sort of potions vibe, and the quotes that you'll see in this setup all come from the book The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by 𝓤𝓽𝓮𝓵. I really enjoyed this book. I read it as an ARC earlier in the year, and it's just come out last month, and I highly suggest it if you are looking for a wholesome, witchy, cozy vibes read. It's so good. It's an adult fantasy, and it follows a lovely character called Mika or Micah, and she is a witch, and she goes to Nowhere House where there are 3 young witches that need to be trained, and it's just so lovely, and I hope that if you haven't read it you'll give it a go. The quote that I chose for the first page was, "Niceness is all about what we do when other people are looking. Kindness, on the other hand, runs deep. Kindness is what happens when no one's looking." So a lot of the messages in this book are really sweet and really great sort of for inspirational quotes, and I really did enjoy it. Moving on with the monthly view, all my headers I also printed out again. I really enjoyed what I did last month so much that I did copy a lot, and a lot of the setup was, I wouldn't say rushed, but easier setup than usual, just because everything was set up beforehand, and I've had a really busy month, and so much that I'm quite run down, and I think you might be able to hear that I'm a little bit ill. We've all caught a cold in this house, and it's really really not good, but I thought that I'd try and voice this over today. But anyway, I really needed this to be a quick setup because I didn't have a lot of time on my hands. So I used a lot of things to my advantages, like resources such as paper packs and printing out the headers instead of having to do them by hand, and lots of printed out decoration from the Spookathon, which you'll see on the next page, along with the collage that we did on the front. I decided to balance all of this grey and black out with bright colours that remind me of Halloween, so purples, greens, oranges, and I also did a pink, I think, the 4 colours that I chose. And I'm really happy I did that because it really pops off the page, especially this purple against the grey and black. So you can see that I'm doing a photo challenge this month in October. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with that on social media, on my Instagram. I've been really slack lately. Again, I'm finding it hard to keep regular just because everything's been so busy. But hopefully over October I'll be able to participate in the Bookish Spookathon photo challenge, as well as the actual challenge for reading, which you'll see on the next page. It is being hosted by my dear friend Millie, who is Camilla Reads at Instagram. I will leave a link in the bottom of the in the description bar for you all, and hopefully that's the only notification that comes through on this video. I forgot to silence everything. So like I said, it's just a very simple setup for this month. I don't have a lot on aside from the Spookathon. We do have a couple of buddy reads as well. We're continuing on with the Throne of Glass reading, which you'll get to see when we get to that page. Actually, no, I didn't set it up on camera. So I've got 3 buddy reads in total to do over this month. One I'm actually hosting myself. It's the final in the Howl's Moving Castle buddy read, so I'm really excited to finish this series off, and I'll be really busy with all the Spookathon prompts. So if you watch my monthly TBR prompt list sort of drawing of books, I will have that video up near the end of this month of September. I'm again going to be not participating in the TBR jar that I do normally because I'm taking part in the Bookish Spookathon, which is based off of movies, and it has a series of prompts. You can check that out, like I said, in the description, but I just printed everything out and thought that I would just put the book, when I've read it, what I use the prompt for underneath it. Very simple, and I've yet to plan out my TBR for this. I think I've only got 4 books. Yeah, I think I've got 4 books that out of the 8 that I need, and I've just realized now that I'm filming this, or sorry, narrating this, that I need to put an extra yellow line. You'll see what I mean when it gets to that point. I decided that I would be bold and put those Tombow Dual Brush markers around the edges of the paper. It's always a risk doing that because I'm never going to be the neatest person in the world, and I got the first one done perfectly. I was really happy with how it outlined, and then it kind of went downhill from here. So definitely have to hold your mouth the right way, but then even then it doesn't seem to work out for me. As you can see, I'm just making mistakes, but it's not too bad. It still looks pretty on the page, and that's the main thing. These are just the printouts from the slides that Millie put up on Instagram. I just printed them all out so I could have them in my journal. I had greater plans to set it up a bit more aesthetically pleasing. However, like I said, I've just had a really busy month and haven't been able to do that. So when I know what prompts or what books I'm going to be using for the prompts, I should say, you'll see that video come up on the channel. Right now I have no clue, aside from maybe 4 books that I've chosen for some of these prompts. Moving on to the next page, it's my ARCs, Buddy Reads and library haul page. I haven't been to the physical library in the last couple of months, but I'm really enjoying reading audiobooks, and most of the books that I read this month actually, I think a good majority of them have been audiobooks because I've been trying to work. I'm an artist, and so I've just had audiobooks on while I'm working, and it seems to be the best sort of way where I can still be creative with my whatever I'm doing. Like, I've been doing a lot of knitting and stuff for the work that I create, and then I can still listen to books and enjoy some entertainment while I'm working. And I definitely will be continuing this on, and that's why I gave myself quite a few spots in the library haul section for books. I also have a few outstanding ARCs that I really need to get to over October. I'm trying to get through as many as I can now at the end of September. I'm filming this on the 24th of September, so hopefully I won't have such a big list when I get to the new month, but there's definitely a few on the list that I need to get through, so I've also left quite a bit of space for them. I really need to stop applying for so many ARCs, but I really enjoy reading them and giving my reviews, so hopefully I will be able to keep on top of that. There's a few that I'm really excited to read over October, and I think there will be a couple that might even fit the prompts. I'll have to have another proper look. We're on to the last page now, which is the reading log, and as you can see, I didn't set this up off camera like usual, so I'm having to use my handy ruler that I created with the space grids on it to measure it all out. And I also wanted to put a header at the top with some of the decorative paper. The paper I used is called 𝓘𝓽𝓮𝓮. I can't remember off the top of my head what the brand, oh, it's DCWV by the looks of things, that's the brand. I got this a couple of years ago from the local craft store, and the paper is really odd. It's got some really cool prints on it, but also some really odd ones. I really like this grave stone, what is it, headstone paper though, so I wanted to use that instead of the bats this time around. It doesn't really pop as much as I was hoping on the page though. Perhaps I should have used the bats, but I really do like the look of this paper, and I was reading some of it when I was working with it, and there was one like that the person had drowned because he gasped at sea or something like that. It was really funny, and sort of ironic, some of the sayings on the headstones. So I don't know, it's just really nice paper, but there are some really oddball ones, and they're like eyes inside of flowers. So I don't use all of the paper in this pack, admittedly, and I don't think I ever will. I'm using my handy dandy star stickers. I've really enjoyed using these, and I've actually just recently purchased a Cricut, so I'm hoping that I can create my own stars that I don't have to cut out by hand. We'll see. I'm still very much so in the learning process with this machine. It's going to take me a while to figure it out, but I'm hoping that I can make some stuff and also some bookish content, because in the country I live in, there's not a lot of it online that we can access, so I thought that it would be nice to maybe in the future, once I've got a good hang on the machine, to create some stuff that perhaps I can give to friends, or in the future maybe sell. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, we're almost at the end of this setup. I hope that you're having a great month so far of reading. I can't wait to catch up with you all and talk about my month of September and how it's gone. Hopefully by then with a better set of vocal cords, because right now doing this narration feels very tight, and I'm looking forward to having a drink when this is done. Here's that paper again. I really am not sure if I should have gone the bat side or the headstone side, because obviously you can only see a certain amount of the words, and in person it's a much more looks much better in person than it does on camera. Also, I had a bit of problems with this next part of trying to round the corner. Sometimes my corner rounder doesn't catch the paper correctly, and then it cuts it weird, so I ended up having to cut it properly by hand. And sometimes I'm just like, I haven't found the right corner rounder, I think. This one is the We Are Memories one, I think. And yeah, I've had really bad luck. I've tried the Fiskars, I've tried another brand, and they all seem to either break or not do the job correctly. The reading log heading has been straightened if you're a bit concerned when you look through this flip through that it's not straight. But I hope that you've enjoyed this setup. I really enjoyed the book that I based the aesthetics around. So again, if you haven't looked into it, I will leave an Amazon link for the book in the description below as well. I hope you're having a fantastic day or night wherever you are, and you are looking forward to new videos from me. I will be doing what is it? Another flip through of the book, and I will also be posting up my TBR and everything else, so stay tuned for that. Bye everyone.